First, thank you for joining, everyone. And appreciate the fact that you took the time to join us, to listen. We're currently having an initiative to give many different webinars weekly. We do provide different topics, all related to software asset management and specifically to engineering. And we give it in different time zones, also in different languages, all across the week. And check our website, register to our lists, mailing list. We don't send many email. It's very limited. So in any case, thank you very much for joining today. My name is Oren. I'm a CEO and founder of OpenLM. And today I would like to address a topic we are dealing with. In many cases, we are getting to organizations, we talk with them, and they have their current solution. And there is always a discussion, what should we do? How should we handle it? And this is what I would like to talk today. How can OpenLM complement your existing system? Just want to emphasize that I'm looking forward to communicate. So please use the chat window or the Q&A. I will take all the questions that you might have, some of them with everyone, and some of them we will make sure to answer personally to everyone if we don't have enough time. So thank you, and we'll start. So what are we going to talk about today? First, the target audience and some overview to define the scope. Then, what functionality can we complement? What can OpenLM provide? I will slightly talk about the deployment, the technical aspects, some of the technical aspects. I want to talk about obstacles and objections that you might face. Then I want to introduce the team who is going to serve you and a short summary. So just jump into it. Who is the target audience for this presentation? First, companies that maybe develop their own in-house system. So they gather the data, they take it to some kind of a database, spreadsheet, whatever, and they can get some kind of statistics on their data. There are some open source scripts available, and I know that some companies are using these also. Companies that has deployments of our competitors are also part of the target audience here, and that are wishing to have additional functionality to what they already have within their organization. So let's start with in-house deployments. Open source are still under this category. So we still these days see many places that develop their own, and it's working to some extent. Typically, there are limitations. So low sampling rate, one data source, not reading all the data. It's always something that gives you the impression that, okay, we have a solution in-house, we get the data, but actually it's not optimal. So the level of data you're getting is not optimal, and the solution that the organization overall has is not optimal. And there is always the risk that the organization is losing the opportunity to improve, to get to a more preferable configuration of a system and to manage the expensive licenses in a better way. Second are the competitor systems. So here they are, everyone. And OpenLM is the most comprehensive system today in the market. In our niche, which is engineering licenses and specialty licensing, and we can also complement the abilities of this system if you already implemented them in-house. So let's start with the question, what functionality can we implement? And I'm saying in advance, there's a lot, so I had to limit it, and I choose, I think, 4 or 5 topics that I want to mention here. But basically, all the functionality of OpenLM is available in that sense. So let's start with the very appreciated functionality of license file management, remote license file management, that we have in our system for many years now, and it's getting better with every version. So an OpenLM user can have full remote management of the license servers from the browser. Doing anything he needs to, stop, start, restart, in order to read a new license file. He can upload new license file, can see the existing license file, can check the log, everything. Why is it important? Because he doesn't have to get access to the server. Getting access to the server is both a security risk and sometimes a compliance issue. Our customer doesn't want to give this access. Sometimes the person managing the license server is a system administrator, which might be okay. Sometimes it is a power user, engineer from the department, and this is definitely not preferable. It also saves a lot of time because we are automating all the actions. It also reduces the downtime because we make sure there is a backup. We do everything in order. It's a machine. It doesn't do any mistakes anymore. And right now, in the current generally available version, we support FlexLM. In the new version, we are going to support many additional license manager. And in this release, it's easy for us to add support to additional systems. So this is the first functionality I wanted to introduce. Second case is that you have a system, it's working for you, you're happy, but it doesn't support a specific license manager. OpenLM support now 80 specific license manager. It's growing all the time because we are working with our users very closely, whatever the request. We do all the effort possible in order to support it. It's an ongoing process. You can see this is a page from our website. It's on the top. You can always track, see which license manager are supported, what is the level of support, what can we do for that specific license manager. And the question is always, okay, so why do I care? So, okay, so I don't support some of the license manager, I do the main one. And I think you should care. And I used our ROI calculator. Maybe this will be the next webinar in order to demonstrate this point. So let's take an organization. So you were able to support all your license manager. This one is not supported by your system. So let's see, I have 50 seats. The annual maintenance is $5,000. So it's $250,000 per year. And let's say it is utilized by 100 users. So in that case, there are special pricing for this purpose. So let's take something between $5,000 and $10,000 per year. There are 3 categories which we analyze the saving. So the first one is engineering workforce or the organization optimization. So this is the most expensive part. So if you're able to save some time for an engineer that didn't need to wait for the license, it's a lot of money for you. It's delivery time for projects and so on. This is the biggest saving. Then software management. So our ability to know how many seats we actually know, to renew, to allocate which seat to which user is like a minimal saving you can get on this amount. And the third one is the operational cost. There is a person managing that. And if OpenLM does it, he doesn't need to deal with it too much. Many of the things are done automatically. Whatever he needs to do manually is done easily. And in that sense, there is a saving on his work, and this is the saving. So it's overall 666,000. Okay, it's a lot of money. It's a huge ROI. Even if you say, you know what, I don't want to count the engineering work saving, it's still a good project. Positive ROI, I'm sure it's even higher. So this is to demonstrate the question, should we care about, okay, we are monitoring all these 15 license managers, so 5 are not included. Is it a problem? Yes, it is. Should we take care of it? I think the answer is yes. Next functionality I want to talk about is automatic license allocation functionality. We call it LAC. And this is a unique functionality. It's amazing because it synchronizes with your directory. You can create roles, can decide which software available to which role or to individual people. And when people are onboarding, offboarded, or moving between the groups, we do everything completely automatically. It's a functionality we have for many years now. FlexLM, options file, we manage them fully automatically. And in the new version, we are adding a lot more. See FlexLM, RLM, DSLS, Autodesk Cloud, LinkedIn. There will be many different license managers that we add support to now, and will be available in the next version. Next functionality is license harvesting. So this is well known, and we actually started OpenLM 15 years ago with this functionality. That's the only thing we had. And this is a functionality that is heavily deployed by our customers worldwide. They saved millions of dollars by doing that. We have many case studies, as you see listed here in our website. People are telling how it helps. You can get to enormous ROI with this functionality with smaller cost. So in summary, so you can complement any functionality that OpenLM provides. It will work with your system. It will help you to get more functionality, and you can still use your system if you wish. You can use the two systems in parallel. There are many more features. Talk with us. Now let's talk about the deployment. And if there are answers, if it's okay, then please write it in the question and answers. I will refer to it maybe as we talk and maybe in the end. So I want to talk about the deployment. How do we do it? In general, you need to know anybody that is not a customer, it's very easy to deploy OpenLM. It can take from 1 hour till day or 2 days if you need access to resources and to install there, and you don't have access and you need to get it. The hassle takes time, but the actual deployment and configuration is done very quickly. the deployment of OpenLM doesn't interfere with any system that you might have. It doesn't also interfere with your licensing system. The user is getting the license directly from your own license manager. We're sitting above, listening to the traffic, reading things. We're not interfering with any of the activities that is done. Now, just a very schematic chart to describe the system. This is the on-premise, and this is, I mainly focus on the current version, the new releases, outstanding, we'll present it soon. So basically, this is the heart of the system. We have the databases, we have the services that analyze everything, and we read data from many sources. So it might be license servers described here, and we can see workstation, we can see directories, and these are the places we read data. On the left side also, below, there is the directories. So we need to know what's going on with the users, who is onboarding, offboarded. You want additional information for your analysis. That's why we synchronize with directories. We support tens of directories, many, on cloud, on-prem, whatever you need. And the output of the data is in our user interface, reporting, BI reporting, for example, Power BI is demonstrated here, and many other systems. You can see that we are a proud ISO holder, so we support your security needs. Now, if we go to the cloud, it's actually the same. You can see this component in the center, server, everything is running on the cloud. We take care of all the periphery that you might want to install. This is done on your premises. So if we try to dive in a little and only a bit, so let's start with the system described in gray color. So this is your existing system, whatever you might have, scripting or competitor system. The information is sent from different sources. So in red, we have the license server domain. There might be an agent there. The user workstation, maybe they have an agent, maybe not. Also going to the system and directory synchronization. And OpenLM works in parallel. There is no any conjunction between the system. We have the same, our license server agent is called OpenLM Broker. You can install it on any type of machine, Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac OS, whatever. We have a user workstation agent also running on any platform. It's optional. You see, it's a dashed line. So any component here is optional. You decide on the level of the deployment, and based on that, the functionality that you will get, and also the directory synchronization agent. So if we summarize the deployment, we don't interfere with your existing system. We have definitely every software component you add some load. So we add very limited load on the license server, workstation, domain controller, or the machine that connects to the domain controller. It's really minimal. I can tell you that we have tens of thousands of deployment worldwide. In customer, we are on 1,500, but these are the worldwide biggest companies. We have some companies with 200 servers, some companies with 100 servers, with tens of thousands of users. And the system are running there, and it's not breaking the system. So you can be sure it's working. The next question related to deployment is cloud or on-prem. So our recommendation is sharp, cloud, whenever there is no good reason to avoid it. The benefit of the cloud, we do everything for you. You only need to deploy the agent of your choice. It's almost a zero deployment hassle. It goes very quickly, and we are here to help. When you need on-premise deployment, no problem. It's fully supported. Actually, most of our customers are still on premises. So we support Linux. We have a simple deployment. We support multiple databases of your choice, and we are both stable and scalable. So whatever you need, we can support. Now, let's talk about the obstacle that you might face when you bring this idea, or you might yourself feel, I'm not sure I want to do it, so I would like to present that. So these are the things I want to speak, but I wanted to focus on this picture that you see here. This is something that is called lift gate, and with a combination of pallet jack, you probably see that almost every day. Someone is bringing something to your office or to your home, and it's very heavy things. And previously, it was always 3 people. So the driver, 2 other people, and they used to carry it on their backs and try to manage somehow. This lift gate is actually solved a huge problem, because now a single person can do everything. Takes whatever weight, takes it to your home or office or data warehouse, and put it there by himself. And it's exactly the same with OpenLM. So we are here to help you. So you can do more, you invest some money, and in return, you get a lot more. Things are done for you. So let's talk about question. So first question is, let's say you have a system and someone approved and paid, and you worked very hard in order to approve it. And now you're coming and saying, I want to have another system because this capability is not there and it's very important and it's tough. So we have special pricing for that. So we will price whatever you need from our system and not the whole system. It can be something vertical, so I care about specific license servers. It can be something that is more cross-system, so I need the LAC functionality, license file management, license harvesting. Whatever you choose, that's what you pay for. The next question is, of course, can the system work together? So the short answer is yes, each system is independent and there is no conflict between the system. Next is, it might cause our system to crash. So no, OpenLM is running on enormous number of license servers worldwide with so many implementations, and it's very stable. And this is worth it. Is it worth it? Yes, and I'm saying again, I showed you the ROI calculation. You can talk with our people. They can work with you on that. You can see case studies, and we guarantee the saving, this minimal saving. We guarantee that. Challenge us. And the next question that is always coming, why would you offer people to run in parallel, or just offer them to switch to OpenLM? Definitely, we believe that our system provides the best solution. So it's not easy, I know that. I also came from an organization. I know how it is to be there. So investment was made. You can't always bring such a decision to the management. Maybe you did integrations already. It's not a priority now. And many people that I spoke with, they have emotional connection to the system they developed by themselves and maintained over the year. I completely understand that they want to keep and use them, and we definitely can support that. So next, I would like to introduce our really outstanding team of people that will serve you. They're doing that from the bottom of their hearts. So this is the team from EMEA and APAC, led by Ion. Outstanding capabilities, they all very knowledgeable, and they are here to help you. USA team, Sam, very professional, led by Giselle, and they are looking forward to speak with you. And also our deployment engineers. So we have multiple professions here, pre-sales and solution engineering, and some technical account managers. They're all very capable, very knowledgeable, just looking forward to work with you. In summary, so we spoke about the target audience. So we are talking about people that have a home developed system or competitor product that we can complement, and you have all the capabilities of OpenLM available for that. I gave 3 examples and the ability to support additional license manager. The deployment is simple. It will not affect your existing system, and you don't need to pay in full for the 2 systems. OpenLM has a special pricing for this limited functionality that you want to get from us. Saying the investment in OpenLM always brings a positive ROI and challenges. As I said, thank you for listening. Just closing slides. We have, again, as I said in the beginning, we are giving many webinars. We are giving many knowledge every week in different languages and time zone. Register, get notified. These are the upcoming webinars that are coming now. And now we will take questions. Thank you for listening. Yes, the first question is from Stefan. And the question whether we support the Token Flex licenses. Token Flex is the licensing provided by Autodesk. It's very specific for very big organization. You can't buy it if you're a smaller company. And yes, we fully support that. We have a whole system that supports it, and we are doing the optimization and allowing you to know your utilization of tokens, planned next year order, avoid pitfalls where you are losing tokens. So yes, definitely talk with us. We can support you. I see many questions here, so I will try to answer everything, but we'll try. So we have a question from Jeffrey, which is, what parameters did I use for the ROI calculation? This is a good one, good question. So for the engineering productivity, we take the whole salary investment. We assume we took 100 people, we assume annual cost, and we took 0.5% improvement in the productivity. So we have a calculator, by the way. It can be provided by our people, and you can change it and play with it. You can even take 0, as I did with you, and see the effect. On the software saving, we took only 7% on the cost. And on the effort of managing the licenses, I took 50%. And I assume 1 person is doing that. So this is basically the parameters I use. We're planning to do a full webinar on ROI calculation for engineering software. We have another one from Yuki. I should say Yuki-san, thank you. So I see a trend of switching to named licenses. Should we invest now? Okay, this is a good question. So let me present, and it's a real case. Company contacted 6, 7 years ago, thinking whether they should implement our system for Autodesk. And they, pulled the decision year to year until, yes, it was switched definitely to subscription. So, okay, we didn't do that. How much money did this organization lose for all these years? So in 4 years, you can save in network license, you could save like half of the cost. Easy. You lost this opportunity to save. I don't think it makes sense. Also, when you invest in OpenLM, you don't need to buy a perpetual license, take a subscription. Make sure that the ROI is positive and the investment is covered this year. So I think it's shouldn't wait. There is an opportunity to do that. The vendor switches the licenses. There are still very many challenges with subscription, and we will be there to support. So maybe based on the time, last question I will take is from Fernando. Okay, so also developed his own system for engineering licenses, working with FlexLM, and yes, what's the challenge with cloud licenses, and is it worth the effort? And the answer is yes. There is a Gartner report that came out recently that's saying there is a waste of 30% in organization. I believe it's even higher. And I definitely think you should invest in monitoring this cloud license system. I see Mark joined us. Mark, yes, you can talk. I think can enable the. Can you?
Hi, Mark. Please unmute yourself. Hello, Mark. Can you hear us?
Okay. Okay. So Mark, I invite you. You can send the question to me personally. I will be happy to address it. I would like to thank you, everyone, for joining today, for doing the effort, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next webinar. Thank you very much.